Hello and welcome back to The Gun Show, my friends. I've been doing a lot of these podcasts lately. My voice is starting to sound like Phoebe's sexy voice from Friends. Anybody watch that? I'm going to start singing, "Smelly cat, oh, smelly cat." But that is not the point of today's podcast. We're here talking Ceratizit, IMTS. The MTD team will actually be hosting something really unique on the Ceratizit booth with my buddy Tony Solloum, owner of VAC Motorsports. For those of you who have seen the videos of him and I racing around in the car in Jersey, that was amazing. But we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. We will be on Ceratizit booth Thursday from 10 to 11. We will be doing a live show, live stream through our social media feeds as well as in person. I'll be mediating the show. Tony will be there with, I believe, Andrea, right, Tony?
Andrea, yeah.
Yeah, Andrea, awesome. And Andrea will be there, so we'll be doing that. So in person or social media, if you can make the show, come see us, 10:30 on Thursday. If you can't make the show, tune in from your TV screen. We'll see you there. The booth number is 431-900. I have two other great guests with me today. I got Eddie Saunders and Fernanda Melendez, two of my favorite people at MTDCNC, but I do say that about all of them because I do actually like them all. Yeah, it's good when a company gets along, I think. We all get along.
It still makes me feel good. Okay?
It does. I should keep saying it?
Stay consistent, brother.
So, Tony, let's start with you, my friend. You and I are going to meet there, but let's be fair. We've been friends for a long time. I thought that we've been friends for a long time. Maybe I've been deceived. I'm not sure.
Presumptuous of you.
Yeah, I shouldn't do that, I guess. Regardless, I've been in your shop and I've been in your car. That's a fact, whether you like me or not.
You're my friend. I like you.
But let's talk about the last time I was there and this titanium tool we were testing.
Yes.
Welcome back to The Gun Show, my friends. This is the VIP edition.
That 6-fluter.
It was a 6-fluter, yeah.
It was very nice, highly polished, pretty aggressive. We were cutting titanium pretty quickly with that on the Grove, actually.
On the Grove, yeah.
Yep.
You're making some nice chips on that machine.
They were really nice. They were nice, long strings.
And you're going to have your car on the booth.
Yes,
the Ceratizit booth.
The car is, it's a proper race car, and it's being stripped of all its current livery and going into the new livery, and it should be there in, I guess, for the opening of the show. Obviously, it's going to go in August.
Was that the one I was in?
Well, that was the Shelby. That was more like the race car that's going doesn't have a passenger seat. The passenger one survive in there probably.
So when we invite people, I don't mind not surviving. That's okay. And since we're apparently not friends, you probably wouldn't mind either.
We cannot pay for a ticket to go into the car. So
Apparently not. No.
I'm disappointed.
So when we tune into this live, should we be tuning in to talk cars and racing and motors, or should we be tuning in to talk cutting tools?
I guess we should talk about whatever people want to talk about.
Yeah, let them decide.
Let them decide.
Let the people decide.
That's it. Free vote.
Eddie, do you have any questions? Whether it be cutting tools or racing, because VAC Motorsports, they've been around a long time. Tony's been doing this a while. Professional race driver. Is it a race driver, race car driver? I don't even know.
Something
How
like
ignorant do I sound right now?
Just say driver.
Driver.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good movie, by the way. Baby Driver. Anyway, Eddie, any questions for you, my friend?
Yes, so obviously multiple sectors of the manufacturing industry, and they're all just as fascinating as the other. But I understand, like with automotive, you got to really want to get into that, just the intricacies, the legalities. And so what do you find to be some of the more fascinating things about the specific automotive sector within the industry? Like what's happening and what's really lighting you on fire, man?
Well, with racing, there's a lot of different sanctioning bodies, and it all depends at what level you're racing. What I like about racing is, the earlier days, at least, it was more about privateers. It was about, race what you brung. So you're building it, you're racing it. That's really what's enjoyable. Modern racing, they've tended to basically make it and turn it into more corporate. So a lot of the upper echelon race series now, they're factory built race cars. So it's not the same, And I actually had one of my good customers tell me that. We were speaking last week, and he said, you know what I really miss? I really miss the fact that people would build their cars and go racing and, show up, and it was about the individuals. He said it's turned so much corporate now. You get to the professional race series, and it's Porsche, and I'm not talking about Formula One or whatever. I'm talking about, something that was still considered like club level, like Pro-Am type stuff. And so there's a lot of big manufacturer involvement. So I think that's taken away a little bit, but for us, the passion was always build it and show up and race and have fun and come back the following race and, improve again. So that's basically, that's how we started everything. It was about, BMW builds a great car, but they don't really, until now, they don't really build race cars. Like the cars that we're racing that were BMWs, Grandmom was driving in the streets. So, an axle fails, you improve it, rocker arm breaks on like one of the old engines because now you're pushing the envelope, and then we have to make billet rocker arms and so forth. So it's development from failure, right? So you take what's there that breaks and you just improve it. So people say, well, what's your specialty? Is it suspensions? Is it engines? Well, our specialty is to improve whatever fails. That's basically it, right? Because if you're racing, to finish first you have to finish.
I thought you were about to say like your profession is breaking stuff. That's what I thought you were about to say. Like, we're really good at breaking stuff.
And then fixing it.
Yeah.
Right, but what you said's even better. Great, solid.
Yeah.
solid
Well, look, you know what Fiat stands for?
Uh-oh.
Fix it again, Tony.
Well, it keeps you in business. Fernando, you and I have been into Tony's shop. You actually did a factory tour with us, which was about an hour and a half long, and your shoulder went numb.
Oh,
so you know that we can talk.
That's the one of 52 minutes, yeah.
You remember in how many seconds? 52 minutes and...
I don't remember the second, but I remember my shoulder, like at the end of the tour, the camera was like...
You're still walking a little funny, kind of like this.
That was the car accident.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was my feet, I think.
Your feet?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. So any questions for Tony as well?
Yes, Tony, like at the beginning of the podcast, you start talking about this new titanium tool that Ceratizit is presenting at IMTS, and that we have the honor to see it first with you. But I noticed when we visited you that you had so many Ceratizit tools. Like, why did you choose Ceratizit to work with you?
At EBITDA Growth Systems, we guarantee to double your value in 3 years. Well, instead of telling you about a guarantee, how about if I tell you a story? We had a shop owner come to us at an event saying, I'm not sure if you can help us. He said, we have our credit line's maxed out in our business. I have a second mortgage on my home, it's maxed out. I'm not sure what to do. I have a payroll coming up next week and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Can you help us? We said we weren't sure, so we came in and we came alongside of him. In 18 months, he went from not having any money to having over $800,000 in the bank and having a 6 times exit what his value was at that day. And now he's living a life that he always dreamed of with his family. And it's fantastic, and that's what's really rewarding for us, and that's what EBITDA Growth Systems is all about. If you want to know more about EBITDA Growth Systems, go to www.ebitagrowthsystems.com, EBITDA growthsystems.com, and go to our contact page where I will reach out to you personally.
Well, I think to be successful and to really have like easier flow in the workshop, if you can deal with one company mostly, that's going to be the best results. That's going to make life easier. You're not constantly changing and jumping and try this and try that. So if I have a supplier that can provide good tools, good quality tools, good tool life, and a nice assortment of tooling, then that's going to be my choice. So Ceratizit's been filling our needs nicely, from drills to end mills to whatever we need to turning inserts.
I think that's why MTD keeps me around as well. Fear of change and wanting to stick with something that they're used to, even if it's the right or wrong choice.
They know what works and doesn't work.
Right. Eddie, I'm going to open this back up to you again, my friend, because Tony and I spend a lot of time together. We really could probably talk cars and tools all day long, but I like to give you guys the opportunity to learn as well.
For sure. Well, let's bring it together. I asked kind of the automotive, industry question. You got the tooling question. Let's bring them together and really talk about the impact that specific tool set has had on your manufacturing process and the various things that you're doing on a daily basis.
Well, again, we're, racing is about lap times, and to me, manufacturing is about cycle time.
Clever.
Right? So for me, when I make the first part, that's lap 1. When I make the next part, I'm trying to improve from every part. Like I watch the parts being manufactured. I'm like, oh, look, we can do this better. We can do this better. And sometimes if it's a little bit longer cycle time, while the machine is running, I'm making my changes. And next time I run, I'm going to load another program that runs a little bit faster. So I'm never satisfied with lap times. I'm never satisfied with cycle times.
It's actually a really great comparison.
You know?
Yeah, racing in the machines and on the course, right?
That's how you know he loves what he does. So much
Absolutely.
he relates it to that. It's like when I'm cutting my grass, I'm thinking about my grass removal rate and the correct cutting path.
right,
You know,
right.
like we all. That's awesome, dude. That's when you know you love what you do. Right
Do you really do that in your lawn?
100%. I'm trying to reduce my cycle times, man.
Right, and the most efficient path. Right?
Yeah.
Most
There you go.
efficient tool path.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to try to do. We want to, really it's about taking, if it's milling, I'd like to use the, Mastercam high efficiency tool paths, and try to go full length of cut. And I sneak up on my radials. And then I just, okay, well, now I know, like an aluminum, if I'm running Mastercam, whatever, an inch and a quarter length of cut, half-inch end mill, I'm going, if I start light in aluminum, I start at 25% radial. Mm-hmm. So now in titanium, I think you probably get yourself in trouble going that way. I think we were going about 10% radial, full length of foot, so.
And that was the point of the 6 flutes and being balanced. Putting in the Grobe as well was to cut with all 6 flutes and make sure those chips were nice.
Yes. Yeah. So that's, and even in the steel, we just did some flywheels in the mill, and we tested different end mills, and the Ceratizit did give us better tool life in, doing those flywheels. And I think you may have seen one of those when you were visiting. But yeah, I think my guy told me that we were getting about 6 or 7 flywheels out of a Ceratizit end mill, and the others were like 3 to 4 flywheels out of an end mill.
Well, Tony, since I have you here, I want to talk a little bit about VAC as well, because when we first met, I was actually talking Heinbuch with you.
Yes.
And we were, showing how quickly those things can change out and how accurate they were. And that was on one of your Mazak machines, actually. But at that time, you were in pretty much downtown Philly.
Yeah.
And you took me to some nice meals, showed me the city. But then we revisited you just a little while ago with Fernanda. And you have a new, sexy, gorgeous, shiny floored facility. Let's talk about your expansion.
It's been painful.
Is it done already?
The back room is all epoxied now, so we're talking 20,000 square foot of cool epoxy, and but like I said, it's been a lengthy process, and we've actually moved the parts department from Philly to Jersey now as well. So we're getting shelving, or the inventory on the shelving. So we've probably doubled the inventory space at least, and with a lot more room to grow for inventory. So that's been really, really nice. The lighting is spectacular in there. It's just, and it feels like you're actually in a hotel. And I have to remind people.
Because you're living there?
Yeah, well, because I'm living there. I'm living there, and people think they're in a hotel at the Wyndham down in Deerfield or something. You know what I mean? Like, guys, we actually have to get some work done. I know it's comfortable. I think when people want to cool off, they come to work.
It might be.
The air conditioner is cranking.
Speaking of, do you like your hotel that I put you up in while you're here?
Man, you're
Thanks
awesome.
for coming to South Florida.
You're awesome. That was great. Like, I didn't expect to cross the street and be in the sand, so that was nice.
Well, we wanted you to have a little vacation.
Appreciate
You
it.
brought your daughter with you as well, right?
She is. She's hiding over there. She's shy.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be on camera. She doesn't want to take her moment. No, she's shaking her head immediately. No, for everyone who's watching me right now, it's like this. I got it. You all right? The head shaking was strong. Okay, she says she's good.
I showed you one of her videos. She's actually really good, like, working the
Yes,
camera. And
agreed.
We did another one yesterday down in Boca. A friend of mine's got a BMW shop that, buys a lot of our parts. And so we did a surprise visit, and she shot it. It was great. 15 minutes.
It's nice to have your own personal camera person, isn't it?
She's got a steady hand. I thought my hands were steady.
Until
Until I turned 60.
Well, it's good to have her as well. Hope she's enjoying her South Florida vacation. Fernanda, I'll leave it open to you for another question if you have one. You've been to the facility. You've seen the machines that he has. You've held the 52-minute camera talking tour.
Yeah, I remember all of that. And I remember that I was not able to ride the car. I was expecting to do it at IMTS.
Because you left early.
Yeah.
That was not good.
That was her fault, right?
It was my fault.
IMTS, you know at IMTS they don't even want to hear the car run.
We're gonna turn on speakers, I think, right?
It has to get pushed around. The race car has to be pushed inside, like most of these places are like that. When we go to the PRI show in December, you can't run cars inside the convention centers. You have to have very minimal fuel, just to be able to run it outside. And then once it gets to the doors, it has to be pushed indoors. So there's not going to be real cars running at IMTS, unfortunately.
Look, right now, kids are looking at what they're going to be doing in the future, and some of them don't even know what a career in manufacturing could look like. So what we're trying to do is support organizations and initiatives that are telling kids what a career in manufacturing is. So help us give back by purchasing Shop Floor Coffee. You can find us at shopfloorcoffee.com. We're on LinkedIn. Contact us. Let us know how we can support you and your organization.
Well, there might be trouble for people like you and I.
But I mean, you know,
fired up and go driving around
all you need
IMTS.
to do is visit us again, and we
Or
can
maybe
go out on the track.
after or before you place the car at IMTS.
Oh.
We just need to head back up to Philly and Jersey, don't we? You can get back in the car again. When's your next race?
Well, I mean, it's before IMTS. There's one in August, but that's not going to be good. But there'll be like late September, October races at NJMP.
Is this an open invite for everyone who's
Yes.
watching and listening? You don't say there's
anybody,
thousands of people out there watching this right now.
Whoever wants to join us, please join us.
You're leaving it open,
That's
huh?
it.
I know Eddie's involved. Eddie, you gonna get in the race car?
Don't tease me, man. She asked my question, where's the ticket to get in line? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want, Say less.
Yeah, we are waiting for the tickets since FANUC that they are also having the car going all around in the robot. So it's
we can orchestrate. I just had this crazy idea.
Now.
It's not crazy. Just this millisecond, right?
Hit it.
We could actually orchestrate a proper track day, so we can have like one day that's an MTDCNC track day.
Oh, I'm not mad at this idea.
Are we recording right now? Did
We
you catch
are
that?
recording, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Chat.
Yeah. Where's Paul and Joe? Are they still in here? They leave.
Did Paul hear?
How's
it?
that sound, Joe? Yeah, an MTD race day?
That would actually be like phenomenal. And the track rentals for a day are not crazy, like in comparison to the kind of money you guys spend on a regular basis.
I see where you're going with this.
That'd be great marketing.
Uh-huh. I see where you... All right, we're going to work that out. Go ahead and... We're recording, right, Christian? We're good? You give me a thumbs out? We got all that? Awesome. We are going to do that. All right, any closing statements for Ceratizit? Come see us for sure Thursday. About 10:30, we're going to go live on socials. And 10:30, we'll be going live. I'll be mediating with you at the show itself. So swing by the booth. The booth number, again, is 431-900. Thursday at 9:30, 10:30. What did I say?
10:30.
10:30. Yeah, Thursday at
I'm paying
10:30.
attention.
Yeah, thank you for paying attention. I get a lot of thoughts jumbled around. It's crazy all these podcasts we're doing.
It happens.
Just you being here.
Oh man, you make me melt.
Yeah. And with that being said, we are done. We are done. So join us on the Ceratizit booth. This is my friend Tony, Eddie, Fernanda. Thank you all for joining us. This is The Gun Show. We'll see you again soon.